The bad habit is to say, we don't want to bring controversial ethical questions into public debate because we will disagree. And disagreement is uncomfortable. And so let's try to decide questions of law and policy without reference to ethical argument. Let's ask citizens to leave their moral and spiritual convictions outside when they enter the public square. That's been our habit. And it's understandable. And markets and market thinking seem a tempting solution to this problem because they seem to leave questions to individuals to decide for themselves. That's part of the appeal of market thinking. We've seen that. We heard that in our debate. And it's a powerful appeal. But I think it's a mistake. I think it's a mistake because refusing to engage in debate about big ethical questions is not really a way of being neutral. If we don't decide those questions, politicians or markets will decide those questions for us. And so it seems to me that what we really need to address the challenges to democracy we've discussed tonight, what we really need to lift up our politics, to make it better, is a new spirit of engagement, a willingness to engage in reasoned public argument and debate and deliberation about big ethical questions, including questions of justice, equality and inequality, the proper role of markets, and the mutual obligation of citizens. Not because we will agree. We didn't agree tonight when we debated these questions. But because engaging more directly with the moral and spiritual convictions that all of us as citizens have, engaging more directly with those disagreements will cultivate certain civic arts and habits and attitudes worth cultivating, including the ability to listen. The art of listening is a great democratic art. We don't see it on display very often in politics, though we did see it on display impressively tonight. Listening to one another, not shouting past one another, but listening to one another, sometimes learning from one another, and even where the disagreements may persist, achieving, I think, in the end, a deeper kind of mutual respect. I mentioned when I began that I've had the chance to travel around to lots of places in the last few years, that I have found the same frustration that you are experiencing here with democracy in many places. I can't say that I'm optimistic that we will be able to lift up the terms of public discourse. But I am struck, as I've been struck here tonight, by the hunger, by the yearning, by the passion among citizens, and especially among young people, for a better kind of public discourse, one that engages more directly with big questions, including big questions of justice and the good life. And so, for all the obstacles that we face in dealing with corruption, in reducing inequality, in defining the proper role of markets, for all of those challenges, what gives me hope is that there is a yearning for something better. And to judge by the discussion and the debates we heard here tonight, I have hope that by engaging in discussion of big ethical questions, by bringing philosophy to bear on the world as democratic citizens, we will be able to deepen democracy and learn from one another and make this world a better place.